indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Douglas?
Here.
Mr. Duquette?
Here.
Mr. Bruno?
Here.
Mr. Irwin?
Here.
Mr. Randall?
Here.
Mr. Gwinnett, our zoning officer, Mr. Jarvis, our deputy highway superintendent, Ms. Nurska, our town historian, Mr. Tatro, our water and sewer superintendent, Mr. Farrell, our highway superintendent, Ms. Barber, our confidential secretary to the court, and I'm the town clerk, Diane Miller. And Mr. Ryan, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, move right on to the agenda.
Oh, excuse me. And Chaka is excused, Mr. Favreau is excused, Kristen is excused, and I'm thinking that takes care of everyone.
See, easy to
Sorry
see
about that.
Everybody's calendars are preset. Move on to item 4 on the agenda. I'd ask for a motion approving the minutes of the last regular board meeting, which was May 12th.
I'll make that.
Eric
I'll second it.
And Craig. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Moving on to item 6, you may recall at the last meeting that the matter of agreement between White Knight Kennels, the housing of dangerous dogs in the town of Peru, was tabled due to the fact that there was a discrepancy in the contractual coverage period. That has since been corrected, and you now have in front of you a contract which runs from July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, through June 30th, 2026, which is a full year. Contract value is $5,000. I'd ask for a motion putting the resolution on the table.
I'll make the motion.
No? Discussion? If not, all in favor? That's a roll call.
Yeah. And now I gotta read it. Resolution approving the 12-month contract between the town of Peru and White Knight Kennels and authorizing the supervisor to execute the same, whereas the town board members have a 12-month contract between the town of Peru and White Knight Kennels Hospital before them for the housing of dangerous dogs, whereas the town of Peru agrees to pay to White Knight Kennels a sum of $5,000. Therefore, be it resolved, said proposed contract shall be in effect from July 1, 2025 until June 30th, 2026, approved, and the supervisor be and hereby is authorized to execute said contract, and be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Bruno.
Yes.
Mr. Douglas.
One quick question is, being the devil's advocate, in the month of June, if something happens, will, what's his
Eagle
name there?
Feather, yes.
Will
Yes.
still take?
Yeah, because they're under contract.
Yep.
They're under contract till the 30th of June.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Just let's hope it's, and then,
Right.
because it's $100 a day.
Yeah, right.
Mr. Duquette, I'm
Yes.
sorry, Mr. Irwin,
Yes.
and Mr. Randall,
Yes.
and the 29th is irrelevant on the top. And the 28th is irrelevant. So I have to do this certified.
Item 7 on the agenda is a proposal involving a shared services agreement to be established between the town of Peru and the town of Plattsburgh. It's a fairly common event. I believe there's been one in existence in the past. Ask for a motion placing the resolution on the table.
I'll make that.
Second it.
Resolution approving a shared service agreement between the town of Peru Highway Department and the town of Plattsburgh Highway Department, and authorizing to rent, borrow, lease, or exchange equipment, and the supervisor to execute the same, where all municipalities, including the town of Peru, have the power and authority to contract for the purpose of renting, leasing, exchanging, borrowing, or maintaining of machinery and equipment with or without operators with other municipalities. Whereas the town board members have a shared service agreement between the town of Peru Highway and the town of Plattsburgh Highway before them. Therefore, be it resolved, said proposed agreement is approved and the supervisor being hereby is authorized to execute said contract, and be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Discussion, if any?
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Rand.
Yes, thank you. Item number 8 is a resolution involving repair of the Sullivan Park sign, which was vandalized by virtue of spray painting, which you're all familiar with. The gentleman who built the sign and donated it to the town has offered a repair. You can see the invoice. It's the proposal rather. Total cost of repairing it, which is removing, washing it, and inspecting the entire sign is $2,000. Assuming we agree, 50% of that will be paid up front, and the remaining 50% upon its restoration. I ask for a motion to put that on the table.
One quick question. Pam, if that exceeds, say, not to exceed $5,000, if he does and it costs us $5,000, that covers our deductible, right?
Our deductible is $2,000.
Or $2,000?
I believe.
Okay, so that.
I'm not positive.
Okay, so, you know, my question is then any other damage, and we can turn it into the insurance?
We can, but I'm not sure the deductible, whether it's
We
worth
may,
it or not.
in that situation, we may end up turning the entire loss into insurance.
Right.
But let's
Yeah,
have hope,
5,000.
let's hope that they get the individuals
Yeah, I
that
think they
did
had
the-
some leads.
that they did the vandalism, and these, whoever they characters are, will have to reimburse it. So it doesn't have to go through the insurance, it doesn't have to go through anything. They get to pay the town back.
The town is pressing charges,
Yeah.
assuming we ever identify the individual that created the damage.
Okay.
Gotta get brand
And in
new.
fact, the damage at this point, it really depends. The actual damage is covered. At $3,000, this becomes a felony charge. However, a portion of that 3 is obviously labor, so we gotta sort out what's covered, what makes it a felony and what makes it a misdemeanor.
Okay. All right.
So that's being worked on. It's currently under investigation, and the town has turned over to the trooper that was investigating it various pieces of information that we have that will hopefully be useful.
Okay, thank you.
It does say if they find further damage on the back or somewhere else, then it would be up to the 5,000.
Right,
But he's quoting 3.
right.
I can't.
I can't see it being more than 3, but, you know, if we can, thank you.
Okay, back to the resolution at hand. If we could have a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
And Craig?
Resolution accepting the proposal of Artisan Sign and Design for the refurbishment of vandalized Sullivan Park signage, whereas the town board has deemed it necessary for the town crew to hire Robert Kashak, okay, of Artisan Sign and Designs to remove, watch, and inspect entire sign, repaint south-facing vandalized side, and reinstall sign. As Artisan Sign and Design was the original producer of this sign, they have propriety rights, whereas a 50% non-refundable production deposit is due in order to proceed. The remaining balance is due upon completion and/or installation. Whereas the town board has decided that the proposal of Artisan Sign and Design is reasonable, and now therefore be it resolved that the town of Peru accepts the proposal at a cost of $3,000 if no further damages is found on the sign, and not to exceed $5,000, and no cents if further damage is found. Be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
And this is a roll call vote.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Rand.
Please.
Thank you.
9 is another work that's in process, and this involves the removal of a cement block or cinder block building. The property owned on Grand Hollow Road formerly was used for its lagoons for the wastewater plant. Gordon has been able to secure the necessary bids, and at this point has recommended the low bid for consideration and acceptance. And we have that in front of you. You have the motion putting it.
Make the motion.
Second.
Jim?
A resolution awarding the demolition and removal of structure for the now defunct sewer-based property on Grand Hollow Road to JEDA? Is it JEDA? Environmental Services, whereas the town board has received 3 bids in response to its request for same in connection with the defunct Basin structure property, and whereas the town board agrees that JEDA Environmental Services was the lowest bidder of the 3 on the demolition and removal of defunct structure request for the above mentioned project, all work will be done in accordance with New York State Industrial Code Rule 56-11. Lot 5 for controlled demolition with asbestos in place, whereas JEDA Environmental Services will provide the town of Peru with current New York State Department of Labor asbestos abatement licensing and certificate of insurance, and the town of Peru as additionally insured, whereas JEDA Environmental Services expects payment terms to be 100% of fee due upon completion of project. Now therefore be it resolved that the bid of JEDA Environmental Services for the demolition and disposal of the asbestos containing materials and structure at Grand Hollow Road at a cost of $21,795 is hereby accepted, and the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute any further documentation necessary to facilitate and/or consummate the bid contract, and it is further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Just a little discussion. Courtney, at one point you had some funds from COVID leftover funds.
Yeah, the ARPA funds will pay for this.
Okay.
The other expense we'll have is we'll have to hire air monitoring. That's not part of the contractor's pricing. That has to be third party.
That's for Cass.
Cool Street.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cass will handle that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Understandable.
You may all recall that this is all following the demolition plan that was prepared for the town, which includes the elimination of the building. Some of the work the town will do for itself, other work has to be farmed out. But ultimately, the goal is to position that 41-acre parcel so that it can be either marketed or put to some other use.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Reno?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 10 involves surplus equipment. I ask for a motion putting that resolution on the table.
Make it.
Jim?
Second it.
Charlie?
Authorizing the town supervisor to approve to declare the town of Peru Highway Department's items as surplus and offer them for sale at Auctions International. Whereas it has been determined in consultation with the town highway superintendent that the town of Peru has no further need for several items listed below. 2011 Chevy 3500 Silverado truck with Fisher Extreme Depot for parts only. Mohawk Multi-Flex 300 power plant with 3-phase converter, serial 805800385. Roscoe 1-ton roller with homemade trailer, no title. 18,000-pound equipment trailer. Agramento hay mulcher with 20 horsepower engine. And Millimatic 212 welder for parts only. Whereas the town of Peru is declared
Parts
as
only in there.
surplus equipment, and whereas the board is willing to put the above items up for sale as is condition, be it resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to make known to the public that such sale to be as is with no no warranties or guarantees express or implied in such offer to sell these items on auction international site. It is further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Any discussion? Nope. If not, I will call a vote on that.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Mr. Riddle?
And yes. Item 11, routine report and update from CNS engineering companies regarding their progress on the replacement of the Telegraph Road, Brook Bridge, culvert replacement, whatever it is. It appears to be moving along on the schedule that has been set for it. We're looking at hopefully having a final design in front of this board in June. That is somewhat dependent upon Army Corps of Engineers, which is not always predictable. Aside from that, the project schedule itself remains on track with what we've done.
We did, we had a meeting last Thursday with the utility companies on the relocation of poles. We got to move so the crane can swing. That went well. The charter was there, Verizon and NICEC. And the paperwork that got emailed today has been sent to Mr. Remillard to have a permanent easement for a pole install. And actually, the timetable, they're thinking if everything goes well for going to bid will be in August.
Nice.
So that would help us hopefully, but we still have not heard from the Army Corps, so there's no permits, still at this point.
That may come faster than we can figure the financing out. Okay, there's no action required on that this evening. Other information. Under item 12, a couple of things I'd like to mention. First of all, and I think Mel kind of jumped on this too, I'd like to acknowledge the recent recognition that Helen Nurska received as the leading historian. I believe that you're as historian, correct? Keep up the good work. The second thing I'd like to just mention is tomorrow morning, starting at 11 o'clock in Hayward Park, the Garrow Bridge naming ceremony will be taking place. Members of law enforcement will be there. There'll be a significant state police presence. The Garrow family will be present. There'll be others. I anticipate the presence of Senator Steck and Assemblyman Jones and Ken Bibbins, who is the Assistant Commissioner for DOT operations, is coming in. And I think it'll be a pleasant event for the people, the family involved. It's kind of tricky because there's no place to stage this at the bridge itself. So we were invited to pick the location. Hayward Park seems like a great opportunity to showcase something that we had that we're very proud of. So we will be doing that. It looks like that'll conclude at about 1:15 when there'll be the vehicles will leave Hayward Park, drive out to the bridge. The covers will be removed from the signs, which are already in place. And that will give the members of the media and press opportunities to get some coverage on that. You're all invited. You're all welcome to attend. I'm sure you know that. Other council business, gentlemen. I know it's a Thursday night. It kind of follows up all of our calendars.
Thursday night thunder. Let's go. Nothing for me. We're right on schedule, you guys. You're doing fine. Keep it short, Mike.
If not, I'll move on to the sides for any comments they wish to make this evening. I'll start with, we'll start with Pam.
No, nothing.
Mike?
Be quick, I'll be in highway school leaving Sunday, so if you have anything, I'll be back Wednesday afternoon. Just get a hold of Tyler, he'll take care of it. We had tire collection today at the garage, went pretty well. Tyler and I talked, it certainly could be changed, I think, a little bit, but it's run by the county, so I think there's some things that should be done, but it's out of our thing, but it went well. They did over 900 tires in an hour and a half, so they were busted. They were 3 girls, Dave Rock, Tyler, and Wayne, and my guys that helped them. Fantastic job. Obviously, we couldn't get everybody. There were some people not happy. There were people there at 8 o'clock this morning trying to bring stuff. So, you know, other people sat in line 3.5 hours waiting for it to start. So, I'm just afraid tomorrow morning there might be tires there. Or side of the road somewhere. But
Everybody check your wood lots.
one of the big things that Tyler and I talked about was the 10 tire limit. I think that's too many. You get more customers. I think it was like 4 or 5 put on by the county. And I'll have to be at the meet because I've had it for Craig's.
Is it becoming more difficult for an individual to get rid of tires? Is that what's creating this accumulation?
Yeah, it's tough and it's expensive to get rid of. Some of the stuff we saw today were businesses. I'm sure there was some scrapyard people. Some people that do tires probably, that custom paid to get rid of them, and they come in a truck. You know, kind of.
It's not,
I mean,
it's only $5 a tire though.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to pay
Yeah.
$11 now a tire.
And I think I understood that next time over Skylar Falls that recently had a tire exchange. So
Used to be free.
it's a lot of tires.
Just to do it for free. They get your tires and you change
A
them.
lot of trucks in line with more than 10 tires, I can verify that.
Yeah. They're pretty fussy what they take. If they're damaged or whatever, they won't take them. Because it screws up going up the conveyor, I guess, or something, so. You know, some people had 11, they went away with 1. So. But it was pretty well run. I think it could be tweaked, but it's at least helping clean it up, so.
Maybe it would be useful if that organization could schedule them more often.
And the new pickup will be here before I forget, next Thursday will be here.
All right.
Pick a few tires out, put on.
Yeah, the way out.
Courtney?
Only thing I had, we had our 3rd construction meeting for the wastewater project. It doesn't look like construction's gonna start until we're right at the deadline, July 1st. So, we might see some equipment start rolling in a few weeks, but I think for any actual work right now, it's July 1st.
Waiting for the rain to get over.
They're trying to get their schedule and all their paperwork in to be approved. And
There is a lot of paperwork in the beginning of it.
yeah, with the funding we have, there's a lot they gotta do. A lot of material, a lot of delayed material.
Helen?
Well, we have a history chunk village history walk starting at 10 o'clock on Saturday. I've noticed that it's the day of the week that's going to have the most rain. So, but Chris and I will be there. Christopher will be on Roland and I will be there with Bob and Dee and the sale girls. Everybody is welcome and invited to come. Should be fun.
Thank you. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Yes. And hopefully it won't be as bad as they're drawing it out to be.
You
Tyler?
never tell, you know.
We started doing shoulders on Telegraph. I know there were some homeowners out by the road, scoping it out, and unfortunately the shoulders have grown up over the years with the salt sand, so it's got to be cut back to get the water away from the road, so we can hopefully prolong the life of these roads. We have to still sculpt some of the lawns to what we cut to try to make a good transition for lawnmowers, people that maintain their lawns. So we're not done yet. We're 7 guys spread pretty thin right now. In between the rain, we still got trucks being serviced, so we're trying to keep going with that. We had a couple of trucks that had to go to the dealership for some small repairs that we couldn't do in-house, unfortunately. Nothing major though. The next road after Telegraph, when the shoulders are done, completed, we're going to, I believe, Connors Road. Couple culverts to change, we're gonna cut shoulders, all 9 yards. So, we got a couple guys and some new equipment that they've never ran before, so they're learning. We got Kyle Spear in the grader, which he's been eyeballing that thing since he started, so he's done a hell of a job just picking up from last year when he got to run it a couple times. So, but other than that, if we can get the rain to go away, we can get done a lot more work outside.
Yeah, right. Just like,
Just one thing. The next planning board meeting, June 11th, will be Richard Williams' last meeting as a chairman, as a member of the board. So if anyone would like to attend, I mean, he's been a long time member, 25 years or more, so.
What's the date?
Wednesday, June 11th.
I'll be out of town.
Okay. That's all I have. Thank you.
Excellent.
Question for you, Bob. I know you and I talk about this regularly. Your experience you've seen this spring so far on new housing starts?
Very strong.
Good.
Very strong. Probably as strong as since I've been here.
Good.
So in 9 years,
Excellent.
I can't understand why, because I mean the cost of everything, but it's strong. Yeah, that's new housing starts.
New housing
Yes.
starts. Certainly, it's an indication that there's opportunities here in Peru for
Yeah.
new housing. Comments from the public this evening? Guess we don't have any. Well, we have John. John, any questions?
Good job.
If not, we'll move on to item 15, which is the usual file bills that need to be paid.
File this back.
I'd like to read the resolution.
I'll make the motion.
A resolution authorizing the post audit payment of certain claims, bills, and invoices of the town. Whereas the town board has reviewed and audited the following claims, bills, and invoices for services rendered and goods provided to the town in May 2025 from town approved vouchers for May 2025, 2025000673 through and including 2025000784 abstract dated 5/27/25 for the dollar amount totaling $265,939.64. Of that, $21,356.32 was wired, credit cards, and prepaid, and $244,583.32 remaining to be paid for May 2025. Whereas the town board finds said claims, bills, and invoices to be acceptable in form and reasonable in amount. Now therefore be it resolved that if that payment of the aforementioned claims, bills, and invoices is approved, and the supervisor be and hereby is authorized to make such payment, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Randall?
Yes.
A lot of bills.
Oh, I know.
They just keep coming.
I process a lot of them.
Judy keeps me up to
I do not have a topic for executive session this evening, but I would ask other board members if they have.
Nope.
If not, we will move to item 18, and I'll ask for a motion to adjourn this
Yeah.
meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Run, boys, run.